Broadcasting live from Studio 3 at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, you're watching Stallion TV.
Welcome to Stallion TV for Wednesday, September 6th. I'm Stephen Cardamus.
And I'm Blaine Mitchell. Thanks for joining us here at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. Starting next semester, ABAC will no longer offer the option of mentor research for students' capstone projects. The school will instead shift its focus purely to capstone classes. The responses of professors and students to these changes have been sharply divided. Stallion TV's Stephen Cardamus reports.
Students and professors disagreeing is nothing new, but the removal of independent capstone projects may be the most divisive disagreement yet. This week, Stallion TV spoke with student Shelby Dobbins and Professor Jay Baldwin to see just how different each side's response to the change has been.
Personally, I think this will have a negative effect on ABAC students. As a direct result of my capstone project with Dr. Giles, I'm getting published for the first time. It is something that's going to have my name on it forever. And I never would have been able to have this experience if it weren't for the capstone project that I did with Dr. Giles.
I don't think there'll be any negative impacts on the student experience or the education. What they did in their mentored research was work with a professor that helped them clarify and solidify what they wanted to do. And that experience will be the same. We'll do the same thing in the class.
While the opinions of both sides are at odds, it remains to be seen just how far-reaching the effects of ABAC's removal of mentored research will be. For Stallion TV, I'm Stephen Cardamus.
With enough student pushback, independent capstone studies could return just as quickly as they left.
For 1 week each semester, ABAC's Greek Life participates in an event known as Recruitment Week. We asked around campus to get some insight into what Recruitment Week entails. Stallion TV's Mia McGurl reports.
What is Recruitment Week? Recruitment Week here on ABAC is a way for students who are interested in Greek life to go out and learn about the different organizations that are offered to them at their own pace.
What tip would you give to a first-time rushie?
A tip that I would give a first-time rushie is just be yourself, have confidence, and don't let any of the active members persuade you into going one direction. Just follow what your instinct says and have fun.
Students at ABAC are constantly encouraged to get involved on campus, and Greek Life's Recruitment Week is a great way to get started.
Stallion Library is ready to rock and roll this year with tons of books for students to check out. With more information on the library, Stallion's TV, Anthony Baisden reports.
Stallion TV, Anthony Baisden reporting. I'm here with Connor McMillan, and today I want to know, how does the process of checking out and checking in a library book work?
Hi, I'm Connor McMillan. Let me hold this. So basically the way that checking out books works now is we have a portion of our collection is here in the Carlton building. You can still go grab that book off the shelf, take it up to the front desk, and we'll check it out for you. Otherwise, you can go onto the computers, look up any kind of book you're looking for, and when you find it, you'll put it on hold, and we'll bring it over from Branch Hall. It'll take about 24 hours to get it because only a select few people can actually see that request, namely the librarians and the library assistants. So they're the ones that would have to go and get it. So a little bit of a wait, but you're absolutely free to check out any of the books you could before.
The library is open from Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., Friday 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., closed on Saturday, and open on Sunday from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. From Stallion TV, Anthony Baisden reporting now.
It sounds like the library is a good place to start for if you are in need of research, as well as a nice place to study.
The Campus Activities Board is already hard at work putting together events for all the Stallions to enjoy. Ran by our fellow classmates, every student at ABAC is automatically a member of the Campus Activities Board. To learn more about the benefits of becoming involved, Blaine Mitchell reports.
With the school year starting up, events like Club Rush and Town and Gown are just two events that were organized by students. Sean Burnett, the coordinator of campus activities and the advisor for the Campus Activity Board, spoke with me recently on the benefits of being active with the Campus Activities Board.
For any student wanting to join CAB, it's very easy to get involved with it because what I tell all students is you can be as involved in CAB as you want. There are no commitments unless you want there to be commitments.
For Stallion TV, I'm Blaine Mitchell.
You can thank the Campus Activities Board for everything that comes to our campus. If you have an idea for an event, make sure you email Sean Burnett.
ABAC had its campus closed on Wednesday the 30th due to the hurricane that came through. Tifton came out relatively unscathed, but don't celebrate too soon. There's something else stirring in the Caribbean. Here's Stallion TV's Kinsley McKinney with the weather.
Thank you, Blaine. And that is correct. Welcome to hurricane season, folks. Our last hurricane made landfall in the Big Bend of Florida as a Category 3 storm, and it got weaker as it moved more inland. This isn't the last we'll see of this pressure system, however, because now it's coming back around and even stronger. The newly named Hurricane Lee is expected to make landfall around Tampa, Florida, and glide along the East Coast as a Category 5 storm sometime early next week. On a more local note, temperatures are finally dropping somewhat between these hurricanes. Our highest temperatures pretty much stay in the low 90s to the high 80s throughout this week, and our lowest temperatures are staying somewhere just below 70. Stay safe out there, and back to you, Blaine.
I'll definitely make sure I'll carry an umbrella around.
With all the obstacles facing veterans after leaving the service, you might be wondering what ABAC is doing to help. One resource that ABAC offers veteran students is the ABAC Veterans Lounge. Jesse Lee reports.
I met up with Jason Gentry, a veteran working in the ABAC Student Account Center. When asked about why veteran students should utilize the Veteran Success Center, he had this to say.
The Veteran Success Center provides veteran students with a place where they can study, computer access with free printing, and it also gives them access to the free lending library. It gives them a place where they can just hang out with other veterans and meet new veteran students on campus.
Thanks a lot, Jason. As a veteran student myself, I'll be sure to check it out. For Stallion TV, I'm Jesse Lee.
It certainly sounds like a well-deserved opportunity for ABAC's veterans to take advantage of.
Have you been stuck trying to get to class, but there seems to be no spot for you to get there so you can park to get on time? With a peer perspective on the matter, Stallion TV's Hunter Holton reports.
I'm here with fellow Stallion Ansley James. So, do you have any problems with trying to find a parking spot in time to get to your class in the morning?
I do have problems finding a spot to park on campus. I usually get here around 8:45 to 8:50, and sometimes it'll take me 5 or 10 minutes to park, and that affects my attendance in class, and it makes me be late to my classes sometimes, which is really frustrating considering there's a whole line to get into the parking lot on Wednesdays.
And what kind of actions would you like to see ABAC take on this problem?
I hope ABAC will maybe find a way to make more parking spots, or possibly have it to where only certain students can park, because sometimes it's students that live in the dorms parking in the commuter lots, and maybe they'll be more strict on who can park where.
Thank you for your insight on this topic. With Stallion TV, I'm Hunter Holton.
These parking horror stories go to show that the earlier we are, the less we can be worried about being late to class.
Thank you for joining us today for Stallion TV. I'm Stephen Cardemus.
I'm Kinsley McKinney.
And I'm Blaine Mitchell. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of The Stallion here at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.
You did good with the weather. I said you did good with the weather.
I had to improvise a bit because yeah. Mm.
Things you have to do is tell people who you are, tell people what they're watching, but once you've done that, usually tell people to come back and watch you next time. But, once you've done that, no problem. You can, you can chat, you can do all sorts of things. And yes, and you can look together, you can move be natural, and just have a good time.
Right.
Also, remember, you do want to have a good time. Because part of what you're conveying to people always is not the words, but it's the emotional content and the feeling about the words. So like it's fine. Okay? So you should smile.
I was gonna say we should probably be smiling more.
Yes, you should. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. We're gonna go live now.
Right.
Okay. That was good though. You did well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're doing fine. Go back a little bit. You knew. You saw. You changed.
The library section's really the only part that kind of threw me off.